Hello. They continue working on linksider. Hopefully, we do a little bit more progress on the game. Hmm. So last time I did implement the sounds that can start and then loop for a while and then stop, consisting of 3 different sound effects. We want potentially to have fade in and out on the looped sound in the middle, and also I wanted to add the other sound effects on top. It's loud. Is it loud? It is loud. So right now the sound effects are missing pigorely, but we are going to have a better sound later from Raynoid. For now, I guess I will change this into something different. Download. Just have some 3 random effects here. Start, stop, and then and then like something like that. No, no slide. What do I set this to 0? Fine. Like, I don't know if this is better or not than me saying Pigorli. Let's try. Start is start WAV. Stop is stop WAV. Continue. Loop WAV. I think it's better than Pigorli. With a sound effect like this, I don't even feel the need for having the fading in and out. We'll see what Brinoid comes up with. Slide. So if I change the animation speed to be 5 times slower, then we're going to see the sound effect happen for a much longer time. Like this. Right? Right. Okay, and then also, if we take a look at this, like, let me remove this unused sound effect, slide combined. So this is the old sound effect for the slide that Brainoid did. But it also has this like pop sound effect. This is supposed to be for our like buttons to be like because they are being pressed unpressed all the time. But we want to extract that into a separate sound effect basically. When the button is when like the side effect was pushed and now it's not pushed basically. Yeah, sound. Let's see how would I go about doing that. For the renderer, we are already change this to the A flat. Rust analyzer is not working yet. Okay. Doesn't matter. So for the renderer, I am doing the pushed. Right, I push the button depending on like the blocks that we are going into. Boom, 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 boom. Find side effect penetration of the shape of us into that block matrix. This is the transform of the other entities that are blocking, that are close to us. Kick W. The Manhattan distance is less than 3. All right. Okay, not going to change that. That's okay for now. But what I want is to figure out if something was pressed and now something is not pressed. Let's take a look at the sound. What are we doing here? Have the handling of the game events, right? Which has the game state and the events here that are happening. Boom, 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 boom. So I guess we are going to have the previous state like stored here. I think. And compare it to the current game state to see if there was side effect that was pushed or not pushed. Something like that. Is game state clonable? It is. Previous state. Ref cell option game state. Let's do that. Previous state default, which is none. Okay, handle game event. Boom, 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 boom. Self, previous state, replace with state clone, right? Replace with some state clone. This is going to give me the old, right? So if let some previous is this. So now we have the previous state and the current state. And I want to see if any button was pushed or like unpushed here. If, well, I mean, for entity, previous entities. I want to find just the stable entities, right? The ones that are not moving. Current move is none. How do I do this? Hold on. Let's see. I want to have basically like a function here. You know, finish. Like I don't know. Pushed side effects. It's going to be like a function that takes the state, which is game state, right, and returns the hash map from ID of the entity into the into 4 booleans, right, for 4 sides, whether or not they are pressed. Is that right? No, hold on. Sometimes I can like also delete the sound effect. Or something. Boom, 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 boom. Well, maybe we worry about that later. Right? So state entities, iterate map entity. We do entity ID, entity sides, map side. So side has an effect on it, optional, right? That's all we have on the side, which is, if not there, then we say false. Otherwise, for the effect, we say that map. I guess over here I want to do iterate, enumerate map side index and side select vec. Try into unwrap. No, hold on. How do I? I can do a map of the. Const size arrays, right? Entity size. Boom, boom, boom. Href. Href is a nightly experimental API. Okay. Fine. So over here, I want to get a boolean for the side effect, whether it is match side effect. If it's no, then the button is not pressed. If it is, then I want to find state is blocked. Or maybe it's stable blocked. Let's see. Is blocked the block to the side, right? So entity position plus and angle entity side angle for the side index, entity position plus entity side angle vec. OMG, who is this? Hello, bad cop. It's Semi Koovy man. Hello. I'll do a little bit of work today. I probably will go back to factory later today after I do a little bit of work on linksider. See, I'm streaming and I'm making progress. You should do the same, you know? Entity. Cannot add vec to the position. Entity position cell plus like this. So this makes me know which sides of which entities are blocked or not blocked, right? So I want to figure out if the previous state for some entity was like blocked and then not blocked, right? Let unpushed is hello Davey. I thought the idea to make more early queues more fun. That you wanted to make a game that like this like It Takes Two. Love the sign behind me. It's the early morning, yeah. It's shining on my monitor a little bit, which is annoying. But like on the very small part of it. Yes, It Takes Two dice. Right. I see. So pushed. Okay, let's see. Previous is pushed side effects of the previous state, and current is push side effects of the current state, right? So unpush sound effect I'm going to play if previous previous I can also do like basically a hash set of ID and an index here. Because like, yeah, sure. Flat map. For entity, I want to do basically entity sides, iterate, enumerate, side index, side effect, flat map. So over here, I want to do filter map, right? So over here, I say if it's blocked, so here we return none, but over here, then some entity ID. So basically, this means that if this is blocked, right? This means that we were pushed, right? That pushed be this pushed, then some entity ID. That's what I want. So for all the pushed side effects, entity ID and side index is what I want to store there, because though this is like the basically the side effect entity kind of that was pushed and then was not pushed. So previous and current. So yeah, unpushed is previous, iterate, and then if any of the previously pushed is now not there, right? Any current does not contain this thing, right? This is unpushed, and pushed is the similar thing. If anything that is currently being pushed was previously not pushed, right? So this is the two this is the two conditions for me to be playing those sound effects. By the way, after the sound is done, I guess you can go on the to make the option menu. It'll change it, but it won't be too different, I believe. Okay. Not today though. Not today. So if I'm pushed, then self-play, self assets, assets. It's getting brighter. It's going to go away soon. And push. If pushed, self-play, assets, push. Push, unpush. Well, I mean, I probably need to do it like press, side effect, unpress, side effect is what I'm going to do here. Potentially, I can do like the looped sound effect in the middle there too for the buttons. I'm not sure if we need to though. Pretty sure we don't for this specific sound effect. So can I have some test things? I don't know, it doesn't matter really. Press side effect. Mm-hmm. Press and press sound effect. There you go. I think that's it. That's what I wanted. Yeah, there you go. It's not shining anymore. Right? Too high now. Failed to load. Unpress side effect. Because it was put into the Pigorly folder for some reason. Boom, 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 boom. Hello there? Hello there. Bum, bum, bum. I see. We have the sound effects, like we're handling the events that are like the game is still like being updated in the middle. There are like multiple events that are happening, right? Or something. Mm-hmm. I can try is stable blocked here, for example. Like I'm being pushed by myself again. think when I go into the side where my button is, it's been counted as being pressed. But then I don't hear the sound for this. Dun, 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 dun. I think I want the entity. I think I want the stable entities here. Because those that are currently moving, they have their... I mean, technically no. How do I even calculate this thing? It's so hard, it seems. So this shouldn't be stable block. This should be regular blocked. I see two issues. One is that I'm not detecting the thing properly, and another one is that also at least for pressing the button, I want it to be pressed like while it is being pressed, not like after it is fully pressed, start playing the sound effect. Maybe it's not a big deal. So fine, let's start by just detecting it better. So the issue is like how do I detect it? I want to, for my side effects, see if the like those look like button, right? And I want to see if they're pressed or not. Literally, that's all I want. And we can have some moving entities. If the entity is moving itself, its button on the side still can be pressed. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Boom, 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 boom. Let's first find the blocks that I am moving on, right? So my cells are entity position cell and entity current move. Hello? Where's my auto completion? Entity is unknown. Entity current move. Let's do this. My cells is hash set from iterator of just one entity position cell, and then if let some current move is the current move of the entity, then we are also basically current move. There is a cells reserved, for example, thing. Let's do this. We extend by this thing, and we insert current move, new position, cell. I don't remember like the cells reserves is including the new position or not including. It doesn't matter. So this is my hash set of positions that we are occupying, basically, right? So if a side effect, so this is the side position, right? Side position is this. So in order for the side to be pushed, I cannot push it by myself, so my cells should not contain this side position, right? And at the same time, something else should be blocking us. Is that the correct thing? Then, and also, if I'm currently moving, if my cells are all of them, then any of these should work, right? Boom, 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 boom. So not only, so like, let's say that I am moving from horizontally, right? Like without rotation, I'm sliding to the right. And on my top, I have a button that, and we have a ceiling that's now pressing this button, right? So it can press it while we are moving. Or it should be more based on like the physics, like I'm doing for the graphics then. If I just when doing the graphics, if I see yeah, probably like it should be like exactly the same logic anyway. So maybe that's what I do. Over here we say pushed, right? Fully pushed. So fully pushed is a boolean basically here. And so the rendering is going to be uh the rendering is actually going to be tied to the sound effects. Is that a good thing? Fully pushed, because I am calculating this thing here. Whatever the calculations are. Self push side effects insert if fully pushed, then push side effects insert hello entity ID inside index, right? Entity ID inside index. So push side effects is self pushed side effects for mute. Pushed side effects ref cell hash set entity ID and the side index. You're doing school for a full stack web developer, probably easy for you, man, but I thought I'd check out what you were coding. Looks really difficult. It is. I'm making a game. Puzzle game. Push side effects clear. Okay, so basically every time I render something, I am going to calculate draw entities. But draw entities is being calculated multiple times. Also, hold on. Um, boom, boom, boom. Draw entities. Am I drawing all the entities here? I am, right? Okay, hopefully. I'm gonna add Unreal Engine to it. Lol. I'm using a custom engine. My own one. The engine doesn't matter anyways, like the logic, that's hard. Ref mute hash set. hash set of the tuple of ID and usize. Yes. Okay. Let me try making this pub. No. Let's make this a method. Pub function push side effects self. Going to return a hash set of ID usize. There you go. Self push side effects. Get. Borrow loan. The only thing, it's cool that you're making a game. Like, not a lot of people can do that. Well, game making is hard, yes, but a lot of people like can do that. A lot of people start doing it, and a lot of people don't finish it. And I didn't finish making a game yet. It's in the progress. If you didn't see it, I will show it in a little bit. Here, I'm working on the sound effects. Pushed. Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to have a function update pressed side effects. Self pressed side effects is going to be a hash set of ID size like this. So I don't need the previous state then. Right? It's not going to be previous state, previously pressed side effects. It's going to be a ref cell of a hash set D size because that's what we're pressing. Okay. So here I say press previous is self previously pressed side effects borrow, right? So first we need to detect whether or not something has been pressed or not. So if previous iterate, if any of the previously pressed is now not pressed, then we play the sound of unpress. Right? And on the other hand, if any of the currently pressed side effects were not pressed previously, then we play the press side effect sound. And then after that, we replace the previously side with this new value. So then I just need to update my sound system, press sound effects using the press side effects that I know from the renderer. So the renderer pushed side effects. Let's call this also pressed side effects, right? And so we update the sound using rendering, basically. There you go. Hi, finally, after a long time, finally found a channel that is live in this category. In which category? The software and game development? There's a lot of people like that, no? But I'm glad you found me. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only software and game development streamer live right now. Okay, anyway, so we're making a puzzle game here, right? Where we place a cube which can move left and right, and on the sides of my cubes here, we can have this side effect. So this over here is the slide side effect, which can make you slide. And then there's like jump and other things. So here's what I'm doing here. I'm having some temporary, like actual sound files, but I'm implementing the detection of when... so this like button on the side, when I'm rotating to the left, is being pressed against the wall. So you hear this sound effect that I just did. And then when I move to the right, it's becoming unpressed. So we hear this other sound effect. That's what I just did. Previously, this was made without any sound effect. There are a lot of channels from time to time, but not always the ones that are coding live. When you go to browse category in Twitch and in search bar type the category, you get no search results found. That's weird. Twitch. Software and game development. Look. I mean, that's me over here. And that's all the other people who are doing software and game development. Over here I see code open, over here I see code. Over here I see code. I don't know. Maybe you pressed a different button. Go to the browser and search categories and search. I mean, that's literally it, right? Let's go browse. Software and game development. Search category tags. Software. This is tags. This is tags. Tags is different thing. So for example, I have a tag of like NixOS because I'm using NixOS, or Rust because I'm using Rust language. If you like search for Godot, for example, you will find people who are doing... Wait, hold on, what? Oh, this is tags of the category. This is weird. So you're supposed to be searching for IRL or creative here. Creative. That's the tag. This search bar is weird. So the thing that you are searching for here is the category tags, which is these things underneath the category, you see? Yeah. But when you are inside the category, then over here there is another search bar, and this is the tags for the streams, right? So if you search for Rust, then you will see that I'm the only Rust streamer live, right? But there are like people who are making games in Godot engine. These are the people who are making games using Godot or Unreal Engine. You can also search something like this, right? Real, maybe? There you go. These two guys are doing Unreal Engine. If the streamers are tagging their streams properly, then you can do that. You can search other categories, but cannot search this particular category. I'm not sure what you mean. I was literally just searching. But that was searching by tags. If you want to search by the name of the stream, that's different. Search. For searching for the name of the stream, you use this search bar at the top. So you search game dev. But that is also like a weird, I don't know, search, like searching on Twitch is like hard. Usually what I do is I just go into the category and just like see with my eyes what people are doing here. It's not like that many streamers here, right? It's like 100. Compared to other categories, that's not a very big number. Okay, so the question is, did I implement it properly? The sound effect that I just generated, the random one, is like pretty. Yeah, I wish we had that sound effect separated from the audio file that I had. But it looks like it's working, you see? I hear the sound effects. Just like I wanted to. Maybe I can use the, like, instead of this ugly sound, let's use the magnet. So you hear that pop in the end. That pop in the end is basically me unpressing the button, right? Maybe I can use the Audacity to, like, extract that end part. Import audio magnet. Let's do this. This is me unpressing then. What about pressing the button? Do I go with the first part of this for pressing the button? This program is so weird. How do I start playing? Why don't I hear anything? Now I hear something. Why is this so weird? Now I don't hear anything. It's outputting something, but I'm not hearing it. Do you guys hear it when I'm pressing this button? It says over here, those bars go up. Export audio. Press side effect. So press. So those are the two. I like use the magnet and I split it into two halves basically, right? Okay, I see one other issue here then. So if I use the graphics to detect, then I don't only want to consider the fully pressed things. I want to have... So in the renderer, the pressed side effect is going to be not a hash set, it's going to be a hash map for the side of an entity. How much is it pushed? How fully pushed is it, basically? Hello, Arya. How are you doing? Factorio man? I'll play Factorio later. I want to do a little bit of the progress here. Press side effect. So it's going to be a hashed map. Right? So over here, I am doing just pushing. Not in, yeah. So for this side effect, it is the value of pushed, right? So pushed, let's do here equal to 1.0. And pushed is if pushed is more than 1, else pushed. Just so that like anything that's close to 1 becomes 1. There you go. So that's a simple if then. So there you go. I do this, and then in this sound, this is going to be a hash map. This is going to be a hash map, right? Previously pressed side effects, hash map of how fully pressed we were. So if I want, when do I want to press to do the unpressed side effect? This I want to do when I was previously pressed at least a little bit, right? And now I'm not there, so it's equal to 0, right? So now push side effects, get for the side effect copied, unwrap or 0. So that's like the currently pushed value. If now it is equal to 0, and previously it was not, so previous is not equal to 0, and current is equal to 0, then I do the unpress. So this is Rust, is it? First time being exposed to this programming language. The syntax structure seems similar to Java. All the languages are relatively similar in syntax. Syntax is the thing that doesn't really matter. But it is not object-oriented programming language. Biggest difference is in the semantics. The language is like closer to C++ than it's something like C++, it's something like Haskell, something in the middle of those two things. It's both low level like C++ and high level like Haskell, something like that. So here I'm going to do, and if I want to do the press sound effect, then only if I'm fully pressing. So is it if current is equal to 1 then, and previous get side effect and wrapper 0 is not equal to 1. So when so I detect when we become 1. This is when we actually press the sound effect. Well, actually no. How many years have I been working as a game development programmer? Well, I've been a programmer for a lot of years. I'm not like, do we count like streaming like this and making hobby projects as those years? Then I started programming very early, like when I was like 8 years old, I think, or 10, something like this. So more than 20 years working professionally, like about 10 years, I guess. But game development is mostly a hobby. And I still didn't release anything, except for like the Game Jam games. I have a lot of Game Jam games. And this game was originally made for a Game Jam too. This logic is hard. I want to like figure out what I want here. When do I do the sounds? It should be like something more complex. So like I only like do this press sound effect when I'm fully pushed, and I only full, and then like after that I remember that it is this side is now pressed, and I only do it when it's fully unpressed. The unpressed sound effect, I think. I think. Pressed. So yeah, I think it's just like so for the sound system is going to only store those that like were pressed, and I'm going to set them to be not, I'm only going to like insert there when the rendering is like fully pressed. So then over here I still is going to be a hash set then. Right, it's only going to be a hash set here. So then I go for side effect and like value pressed side effects, right? If value is equal to 1, basically, then I say that it's now should be pressed. And if value is equal to 0, then it should be like unpressed. If value is equal to 0, or I mean, yeah, because even the 0 is going to be like stored there, I think. Nice. What do you work on your day job? I recently started to learn game dev, started making games using Pygame and Python just to learn basics. Yeah, that's how I started. The Pygame Python is like nice. Day job, you work as front-end engineer. I don't work a lot. I'm doing contract stuff. I've been making, but I basically did like full stack, and the things that I was doing was like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it properly. Well, we were working on making competitions for programmers. making contests for programmers. Different kinds of them, like competitive programming, contests, and like coding game kind of thing, similar to that. But I didn't do a lot of like what you usually do when you are just being a front-end engineer or just a back-end. Like I do all of it. A little bit. Value is equal to 1, then self at pressed side effects is self-pressed side effects borrow mute, right? So if value is 1, then press side effects insert side effect, and over here press side effects remove side effects, right? So insert is going to return me boolean, which is true if the set previously did not contain the value. So if this side effect was previously not pushed and now it is pushed, then I play the press sound effect. This is the third attempt of me implementing this. Let's see if this is going to be the way. This looks the simplest too so far. And then remove is boolean that returns true if it was present. So if I removed properly, then I play the unpressed sound effect. So like, yeah, this code looks pretty simple. If statement can be collapsed. All right, sure, collapse. Renderer, pressed, side effects. Is there a way to follow your code live? I'm checking your GitHub for this project. This code here is closed in a closed repository. We will probably like open it at some point. You can see the old code of this game that was made in a different engine because we made it for a game jam previously. But because we're trying to make it into a full release, we close the source for now. The game itself, the old version, not the current one, can be played on my itch over there. So we plan to release this. Like most of the other things, I do open source, but this is closed for now. Try to pick them up and contribute. I don't think there are any things that... Like, you also are seeing the Rust for the first time, right? It's going to be hard for you. Unless you... if you want to do documentation of the engine. Because I don't write that. bum, bum. Um, 0, then remove. 1, then insert. The open source contribute to Fedora, Fuchsia, Chromium, React VR. Nice. I mean, I make my source public, but I don't think there is any reason to contribute to my projects because they are not being used by a lot of other people. If you want to be contributing to something, contribute to something that's more useful for more people. I think. Like, yeah, and also like the only thing that like might be worth is the engine itself over there. It is in its own repository now. So that's what I'm using for making these games, right? But there are like, I don't know, I don't even suggest people using my engine anyway. But are there any game dev projects that are open source? And do you have any suggestions? Well, if you want to do Rust, for example, there are things like Valorant, for example, right? Valorant. This is what? Like a cube world kind of thing. They are doing open source. For example, they are doing it in Rust too. That's just something that's like the first thing that I can think of. There are a lot of projects though. If you search for it, you will find it. And if we're talking about the engine, then the Bevy, if we're talking about the Rust, is the currently is getting a lot of hype. A lot of people are working on that. The Bevy engine. That's all Rust. If you do like other programming languages, then you can find something else. I don't really like look. I don't contribute too much, and like the things that I do, I just open my source for other people to look at. But I'm not doing it as like to get contributions from outside. Got it opened, both GitHub sites. Yeah. I don't know. You also contribute to Fedora, Fuchsia, Chromium, React VR. If you want to help with Linux, I would like a better, like, what would I like exactly? Some more work on Wayland, I guess. You can help those guys, whatever they are doing. Because Wayland, like pushing Wayland forward, right? Since you contributed to Fedora. I don't know what exactly you did there. But so I'm using GNOME here on Wayland on my Linux, right? And there are some things on Wayland that don't work compared to X server, but this looks like everyone is moving towards it, even though it's not fully working. I don't know. Wayland display server protocol, yes. It's not like just improving like the Wayland itself, but also like making the programs work with Wayland. Like, I don't know, like one of the things that is annoying is but that's probably like on Discord side, but Discord screen sharing doesn't work for me on Wayland. Discord is not open source though, so that's not something that you can do probably. But there are other issues like that, even in open source software. Boom, 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 boom. Something. Always weird over here. I hear the pop sound when I'm going up. But I'm also hearing the sound over here, which I should not be hearing, I think. Unless it's somewhere in the middle. Let me slow down the game to hear it more. Make it more obvious. Animation speed 1. So over here, we hear the push sound effect after we finish pushing the button against the wall. And then the pop sound effect when it's fully popped. I see. Okay, so in the middle here, we actually fully unpush the button. We actually do. Started checking on this. NVIDIA DRM mode set was implemented a feature in Fedora 32 that solved any problem with NVIDIA graphics interface. Okay. I know that there are issues with NVIDIA, but I'm using AMD GPU myself, so I never really hit those issues. Okay, so technically this works like I want. Except for the fact that like even the visuals here are wrong. Because I think the button should never be fully unpressed here, right? I can change it by probably changing the geometry of it. Like the effect shape over here. This is the geometry, right? So we are doing something like this. If this is 0 and this is 1, this is like the top side of the player, right? This is the player. This is the player. So what we do here is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. So I do this shape like this, even although the visual shape is a little different. I can change it a little bit by making it like 0.1, 0.3, 0.2, and then 0.7, 0.9. So basically I moved it a little to be a little wider. This is maybe will be better matching the graphics. Let's see. Yeah, so see, now when I'm rotating around the corner, I'm never unpressing the button fully, so I don't hear this sound effect. Only over here we pop the button, and over here we push. Okay, I see, but the weird thing is, as you can see when I'm rotating here, the button on the guy in the middle is becoming pushed a little bit, which is not supposed to be like that. But that's just like a little bit of the math issue. For me, I think. So this is happening, this is being calculated in the renderer. Fully pushed. Pushed. Penetration. So I find side effect penetration of this with that. Find side effect penetration at multiple positions. All right. X. Boom, 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 boom. DRM is Direct Rendering Manager. It acts as a frame buffer device for DSP like Wayland. I will see if there is anything I can do. Right? Yeah. That sounds useful. Although, like I said, I don't really... I am not using the NVIDIA GPU, but I heard other people having that issue. Having issues with NVIDIA. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Penetration. How do I find that something? Oh, we are filtering that this is more than or equal than negative 0.5. This might be a little bit too much, but I cannot make it 0. Like I because I'm sometimes actually like going into the walls. How's the game going? Game is going nicely. We are doing like, I'm just working on like the sounds right now. Then we're going to start making the settings menu soon. After that, I think it's just polishing. We'll see. Unless Davey wants to redo the level selection screen again. Maybe I should like skip. So I'm filtering this, I'm filtering that. I want to only check those that are not in the complete opposite ways, I think, of my side effect here. Let's see, I'm going to filter more for the other entities. Entity minus me. So this is the delta position. Hold on. So this delta position, if the dot product of this delta and entity side angle of the side index, if they are in opposite directions. Wait, hold on. If it's equal to 0 though, which is exactly what it is. Well, if it's less than 0, then I can return false here. This will fix a little bit. I got a question for you. How much similarities are there in the design patterns and paradigms on front-end UI and game UI? There's a lot of different ways to do game UI. One of them is to take your CSS and JavaScript from front-end and just use that in the game. But mostly it's... I think most people are doing it differently. I guess it depends. Like, it depends on the engine. There are different ways to do UI. One thing that maybe is popular is immediate mode UI, which is something that you don't do in front end. But there's also the reactive pattern, which you do in React. Right? Which is also like different from doing it in like vanilla JavaScript HTML. There is a lot of ways to do UI, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay, I don't like the fact that this button is going down and up. I didn't fix anything. So I see why this is happening, but how do I fix it properly? How do I fix it properly? This is the entity states, like where I am, right? Entity transform. Think it's been pressed due to physics? Well, it's not physics. specifically, but there is like, yeah, this math here that is like checking it. So the way we're doing this is I'm saying that this is my cube, right? And this is like the shape of my button, and then I'm trying to see what other things are pressing the button down. And the thing is, so for that I'm doing a little bit of math. And when this guy is on the left, it thinks that this, because it's like being inside, it's pushing this button. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, collision detection. Yeah, but I wrote it myself. Maybe I should have used some existing things, but whatever. Can I exclude collision between them? I should not be excluding the like. Why would I exclude the collision though? Like, because sometimes I want that collision to be pushing the button. Like, what's the actual rule here? The problem is basically that for the sake of this collision detection, even although my shape is just this on the top, right? I am technically making this stop and then infinitely increasing it downwards, kind of. Not infinitely, by 0.5 of a block. This is my actual shape. So this thing is colliding. Maybe one thing that I can do is make it a little bit smaller, but I cannot like if I make it like exactly at the edge, then I need to change my math a little bit. So I have seen many game UI also interact with web apps. I thought I may have some transferable skills to directly apply from building front-end apps. Yeah, of course. But UI is like important, but like for a lot of the games, it is such a small part of a game that you just quickly like put it together in whatever way you can and forget about it. That's what I see in a lot of games, at least. It makes sense to like spend a lot of time on it, but only after you have spent a lot more time on the gameplay and other parts of the game. Some companies have teams dedicated to UI. I mean, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I will give an example. Whenever I look at a game UI in Destiny 2, Call of Duty after 2020, Ubisoft games, they seem to have a lot of complex stuff happening in their game UI. Well, yeah, those are big games. Do you want to work on AAA games in big companies that have their own teams for UI? Or do you want to be a small indie dev? That's like different things, I guess, completely. What do I want? Do I change that math? Util. Signed effect penetration. So here we go. We just have 2 polygons here, right? But oh wait, hold on. I actually can do it better. Hold on. So I want to have the y chords here. So I am getting the max coordinate of the polygon at the x, this, and the width. All right. So this is going to be with min, and this is going to be with max. Here's the thing that needs to happen. So like, I was basically for my math here. Let's do this again. So here's my line of the side effect, and then I was intersecting with, let's say, this cube, right? So I was checking the position on every x. So like on this, I'm making this line, and I'm finding basically the bottom point of this, and then basically subtracting this y from this y, and this is my penetration, right? But in case this this cube is completely below me, then we say that the penetration is positive, right? But I should only consider this if the highest point is also above me and the lowest point is below me. I think that's what I want. So if with x is less than this, then return 0. I think that's the thing that I wanted to do. Then this that I added is not necessary. Depends on the scope of the game. Yeah, exactly. And like I only so far have experience with small, basically game jam games, because that is the only things that I have finished. Okay, there you go. Look at this. Look at this. Nothing works anymore. Actually, nothing works anymore. Hold on. With max. Should be max, not min. There you go. I'm very new to game dev. I'm exploring just for now. If you want to like just explore, just have fun, because what I have been doing, that's what I will suggest you. Just do game jams. That's like a small version of the game dev. Of actual game development process, right? Just try it out quickly by making a small game in a short amount of time. If you work on the UI, You can work on a UI as a member of a team. Why is my math this wrong again? If I comment this, is this the thing that breaks it? Game jam. Like if you know front end, you have like experience with JavaScript, you can try out one of the, like, depends once again. If you want to try working in a team, then you can try like finding a team and like making UI for them. But then like it's like dependent on the engines. Are you willing to learn a new engine, or do you want to like continue using your JavaScript? Or if you want, you can try doing a game jam by yourself. You can try something that's like requires a little bit less work, like learning new languages and new engines completely. In JavaScript there are a lot of options too. Okay, so this is actually breaking it. Y coordinates, reduce. We have the polygon. I'm doing circular tuple windows. Filter map. That it is contained, yeah. Filter Y is more than or equal 0.5. Oh, I think Y dot max is 0.0. I think these two last things are not even necessary. Ah, this is hard. There's a lot of these like small tiny things that I want to fix in the game. Hold on. Does this look? Like it's working? I think it looks like it's working. Boom, 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 boom. So I think the filtering of negative 0.5 was the wrong thing. But what about this? The maximum of 0. Is something that... Oh no, it's the maximum of 0 that's breaking it. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. Whatever. This works, you know? You know, this works. Penetration more than 0, then some penetration. Yeah. It was looking fine to me. I can try in other places. Let's also bring the game back a little bit faster. Not to the full speed. Let's make it just twice as fast. You have most experience with JavaScript, TypeScript, and Java. You started C++ and Python only for coding interviews and home projects. All right. I think you should go for JavaScript. It's or like TypeScript. It's good, yeah. Or learn a game engine. Because most people for games use something like Unity or Godot, I guess. Or Unreal. Do I hear some extra sound effects that I don't want? You can try some other levels. Can I disable the slide sound effect completely? I can just do this. Because that's... I'm going to suppose that it is working. Okay, yeah, here. So I'm sliding on top of these guys, and we hear the sound effect of their buttons being pushed and popped. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. What if I have it on this, like on the jump over here? Hear the pop when sliding on those sprites. That's exactly what I'm implementing here. But I hear this when I'm doing the rewinding too. Which probably something that I don't want. Is it supposed to pop even when you pop a corner like this? Well, if I'm supposed to like visually see the button going down, like the corner is making the button go down and then up. It's making the button like go in, right? So because of that, the sound effect is matching the visuals, right? Yeah, the sound effect is just matching the visuals, is what I did here. Whether we want the visuals to be like that is another question. What if I disable the magnet sound effect? So that we just hear the sound of a button pushing and popping. Boom, boom, boom. Now I hear the sound effect in addition to like popping the jumps too. I think what I want, I mean, this is good. I think we want to configure what side effects should even be playing the push pop sounds. Maybe. Well, what if I have a jump? So like here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If I have a regular jump over here, oh, over here is the thing. The issue. I'm going into the wall there. I'm pressing the button because of that. Well, anyway, over here in the bottom, I'm also like technically pressing the button. But then I'm jumping immediately, so should there be a sound effect of me pressing and unpressing it? Or should there be just the sound effect of jump? Well, actually, I only hear the sound effect of jump, because it happens for like one frame, me being fully pushed, so it doesn't actually happen. It's like very unlikely to happen. So I'm only hearing it when I'm penetrating the wall over there. How do I fix that? Yeah, I don't want it to appear. Press the button there for sure. So it's because I increased the collision box. Let's see the rendering. If I'm doing the jump. Straight line unused, remove that. So over here, I'm doing the jump. Sales travels is equal to the jump force. So this is me adding some extra. Transform. Let's see, extra visual transform. Let's instead not consider this extra for doing the penetration. I think extra is translate by this amount instead of adding to the position directly. And on the entity state, I have transform and extra visual transform too. So extra visual transform. Morning. Morning. Morning, morning, morning. So when I'm rendering, we have this entity transform, right? This is the effect transform. Entity transform multiplied by this. Roll game tile transform, effect transform. So I do I do this, and when rendering, here transform entity state extra visual transform. I finished Factor? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'll play it a little later. I do a little bit of programming first today, and then I go gaming. We want more progress on this game, on the linksider to happen, right? I have became worse at programming though. The code that I have written today is not very good, but progress is progress still. Yeah, we have the extra visual transform as another hack added to the game now, so that we don't consider the pushing of the buttons when we are going into walls. Yes, this is my best game so far, I think. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to make this game into a full game. That's why I'm working on this one instead of other games. It's definitely my best one. And it's already like a lot better than the version that you played, you know? We're just making a lot of like these tiny changes. You see like these buttons being pressed, that was not there at all, right? In the gem version. So we have this visual where they slowly go down and then they pop back. Now I'm adding the sound effects on top of that too. Which is cool tiny changes, which are technically like not really necessary, but these little details are making the game much nicer, right? Ding, 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 ding. You will alpha test it anytime you want, okay? Okay. Yeah, I guess we can make it available to people from chat before actually releasing, so that you find the bugs that we couldn't find for some reason. Why is it still being popped? Why is it still being pushed? Extra visual transform. Let's see. Is it not here? If I comment this piece of code. Just like I can show you a little bit to compare the current version to the version that we had half a year ago. This is the original version. Even me like falling down was like over here, I'm falling down, and we fall down at a constant speed. And now we are falling down with like actual gravity. Even that change required a lot of redoing the logic of the game. Yeah, the game mechanics also were revisited. There's a lot of changes. I want to go into that jump thing over here. Ah, I see. I see. I changed like the visual, which was horizontal. I see. I want the vertical thing to not go higher. So this is still going to be just position plus equal. Then, just like before. But where's my horizontal thing? from cell map plus jump state. So this is it. This is the quadratic thing for me jumping. Yeah, there's like also undo redo that we have in the game now. We have in-game game editor, but that's not going to be like released in the first version. It's going to be our own little thing because it's not very polished. Boom, 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 boom. So I don't want this to go further. From we are jumping. Start speed. Jump state. MST. Okay, over here. I figured this. Yeah. Yes. So over here I do a minimum of 1.0, but extra visual transform is translate by this by t minus 1. So I don't go further than one block, and any further movement is an extra transform that I don't want to consider for doing collision detection. My YouTube channel says you live in Russia. Does it say that I live? I don't remember writing it there, but yes, I'm Russian. Wait. Wait. It still is more than one, because this is like the last piece. So like our jump is happening. We go 2 cells up and then 1 to the right. So when I'm going to the right, I'm still going a little bit high up. It is still less than 1 always. But I don't want to add this, I guess. If this is the last one, of the side jump, then I say that this is the extra visual. Otherwise, I add it directly to the position. So this is the delta. So we apply the delta vertical. That's what we're doing here, the vertical delta. For the last piece of a jump, when we are also going to the side, is not going to be applied. You said Russians don't speak a lot of English. Can you make a good living in Russia making software? Oh, I can. That's always compared to something else, I guess, right? Would I make more money if I moved out? Yes. But I'm doing okay. But yeah, a lot of Russians don't speak English, I guess. But a lot of programmers, on the other hand, speak English because just like finding information in English is a lot easier because there's more information in English because more people speak English in the world, right? There you go. So now I'm going through the wall without the button being pushed. Nice. That's what I wanted. Yeah, going through the... like over here, for example. As over here when I'm rotating to the left, I'm doing the rotation when I'm moving from this block to this block. And during that, my button is being pressed against this corner too. You can make a level where there's no low gravity. Okay, well, I think it's better when it was before today. Let's go back to the normal speed of the game. Animation speed 5. Oh, it turns out there's a lot of situations where my button is being pressed. I'm not sure if maybe it takes like a different sound effect though. We'll see. Can we see 4? 5 feels a little too fast. It's you're not supposed to like. I was slowing it down because I was testing the animation, but it's supposed to be happening this fast. Like, is this really slow? Me doing my move. It's kind of like a turn-based game, right? It's feeling fast right now because we were seeing this in slow motion before, but it actually is not that fast. I don't think so. You're just used to seeing it in slow motion now that I was doing that. We can see 4 though, for sure, yeah. Like, you see this fall now? I want to increase the gravity then. I want to increase the gravity then. The fall seems to be slow. I don't know. Maybe if we increase the... maybe if I increase the gravity. Dun, 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 dun. Looks perfect even with the gravity as it is. Alright. We'll see. Does it not make this jump a little bit weird? Because the... I want to decrease the jump. How what is it exactly? Hold on. So for the logic, the thing is, in order for my jump, right? In order for my jump to be like I'm going up and then I'm going down, right? In a parabolic thing, this over here before me starting to fall down is right now a different acceleration basically, because it's like it's not actual physics that we're doing here, right? It's all just math, because it's technically a turn-based game, kind of. So I want for the jump, the time to be changed a little bit. To do that then. Wait, hold on, do I? Wait, hold on, no, I don't need to do anything. The animation speed is just changing the animation speed, it scales everything. Because this is the time in terms of like game unit time. No. It should not matter. But it feels a little bit weird that I can like change the timings of the speed a little bit. I don't know, if this looks nice, if Davey doesn't think that it looks bad, I might be down to changing the animation speed to 4. The only thing that's like I'm thinking is it might be a little bit more annoying for you to solve the puzzle when your character is moving slower, right? It's a puzzle game, and you don't want to be limited by the animation speed of movement. But maybe it's not that... it's not an issue here. Like, it doesn't look like an issue. but who knows. Bam, bam, bam. I'm only using Winit, yes. What is this level? I was testing something here. And that's how it works. That's just a testing level. Also, why am I not hearing the jump sound effect here? When I'm jumping from the sides. Where did my jump sound effect go? Hold speed is 5? Yes. Hold speed was 5. It was like that from the game jam. A setting between 4 and 5? Just make for the sake of making playing the game faster, make the animation speed of 10 like this. 2 also in a setting, right? So that you can solve the level fast, you know? Speedrun mode then. Boom, 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 boom. First time you're seeing tumble file. Is it supposed to be better than JSON and YAML? Well, it's cleaner than JSON, isn't it? It depends on the complexity of the configuration file that you have here. But for what I'm doing here, I think it's very nice. It has limitations which I do not like, but I would still choose it over others. Inline table syntax is terrible. Efforts to make separate section for things is ugly. Yeah, could use YAML instead. YAML is also kind of nice, but YAML has like some other annoying features. TOML is like simple, so that's why. For more complex things, I guess I would use Rusty object notation. Rusty object notation run. Rusty object notation, which is like JSON. So this is a JSON, right? And over here, the same thing in a Rusty object notation. So you can have like even the name of your struct here. Like this. But yeah, the the thing is, like, if I have multiple values here, then if I do the YAML, it would be like one big block, right? Like settings, colon, and over here we do this, right? No, hold on. There's a global thing too. Global thing is a map, right, in YAML. But when we have a section, I don't know. Whatever. I just use toml because I think it looks nice in the configuration file. You like KDL if you need a node-based language for different design. KDL, what's KDL? KDL format. KDL document language. What about Nix? Would you like to use Nix as your configuration language? Maybe Nickel? Right, complex configurations, modular, correct, and boilerplate free. Look at this. This is a programming language that lets you have a that's good for configuration, in theory. Like, I know that for... I think I have seen, like, in Scala language, they do, like, the package format in Scala itself, like the package definition is in Scala, or is it some other language? I don't remember. Or maybe Kotlin? No, not Kotlin. Something. You would not like Nixon Nickel for a simple config. The language is based on SDL lang. Oh, I remember where I used the SDL. I think the D language was using the SDL for their, like, for a package manager, right? Dub SDL is what was there. Now they use JSON, I think, instead. Which, I mean, okay. You know, as KDL, SDL from Dub? Alright. They only use JSON now, though, right? Which now looks uglier, but at least more people are familiar with it. That's like the advantage of JSON. Red Hat is known for making a bunch of software and never using it. You used Nix on Ansible. I don't know what Ansible is. Hi, you do the Rust right. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but I'm doing Rust right. You're confused by Surdy. Okay, what's the question? What's the question? If you have a question about Surdy, I suggest you just go into surdy.rs. And it's probably like somewhere inside there. This is the one. Enum representations, okay. What do you want? You don't want to do... Who says read the fucking manual? I mean, yeah. You want a boring enum? You're not sure how it works for like a boring enum with no fields? You can just try doing it, but it is by default externally tagged. You look at this. The default representation for this enum insert is called the externally tagged enum representation. So when you have an enum message and the variant is a response, or the variant is a request, you have the variant name as a key in your JSON, and then after that you just serialize the fields of the variant as a map, right? Rolly cubes. This is like your enum. Dice type. Okay. This is just represented as a string. They are not doing. They are not telling this here. I guess it's over here. Yeah, structs and enums in JSON. I guess this documentation can be improved. This is examples though, right? You see that when your enum does not have any fields, it just is stored as a string. You're trying to deserialize it from a string. Well, your string needs to have a string. Your JSON object needs to be a string, right? So that's the representation, that's it. In your JSON, just D6, D20, and golden. What's a golden dice? From int anything is D6. Then do you show me the golden ones? Is it there? I like how you have a dark mode thing here. Why is it everything red too? 3D dice animation. SSH public keys, huh? No, because you can play with SSH, I see. Dark mode. How do I click the save button? How do I click the save button? Badcop, I would like to report an issue here. The save button doesn't work. I can't even click on it. This is exactly what you're working on for right now? Okay. So you're making... Alright, whatever. So we made a custom shader for this? Nice. No, you didn't use... It's just like you use the normal maps and like... things. Is there a reason you don't use the int wrapper for enums? Why do you use an int wrapper for enums? But this line, yeah, I would just like panic here instead. I've underscore d6, like this is unexpected value here. But also there are crates that it's not in std, but if you can derive this implementation basically using some crates, so you don't need to write this yourself because this is error prone kind of, right? Then you would instead on your enum representation over here say equal 1, like kind of like in C++. But I wouldn't be casting between the int and variant. I would be using a crate that is checking the int. Just casting can like result in the incorrect. It's going to be checked by Rust though, right? If all you have is, how does it work actually? I don't use this usually. Play Rust lang. Let's see. I don't even remember. Enum foo a0 b1 c2, right? Six. Foo is x as foo. Is this how you do it? No. Cannot be used to convert between primitive types. So like this is still like, in order to convert this, you still need to use a crate to derive this implementation. Even although you can specify the value here, you still need to derive the conversion, right? You only need to cast the you can do on the other hand, like foo b. You can convert this into an integer, right? Yes. But you cannot convert the other way around because there are some integers that are not the correct foo value. You can use from, but can you derive from? From is not derivable, right? It's not derivable. You can do it without strum or derive more, but how do you, like, do you want me to write the implementation from myself? And then also, not only from, I guess into is not necessary because you can do an as, but still. I'm learning C++ for a week now, for 15 hours a day. Do you think I should change to Rust or stick with C++? You're asking bad cop. Hmm. I don't know. Let's see what bad cop thinks. No, Kuvi man. What bad cop thinks? Is it C++ or is it Rust bad cop? Which one? Tell us right now. /ban. Let me prepare for the answer. Just do C. All right. No. I see a lot of jobs that offer huge amount of pay for C++. Well, it depends on your goals. If you want to be paid by a lot of money, then probably C++ is better. Are there a lot of jobs in Zig? There is not yet, right? Did I ever consider Lib Allegro for my games? No, I don't even know what this is. A lol. This is, I mean, yeah. Nah, I would rather derive this. I mean, it's not that bad, but I don't want to. Yeah, that should be just derivable. and in STD. Like this thing from primitive, for example. Factorio uses liballegro. I think, what is liballegro even? A game programming library? I don't know. Even this website looks like something from the 90s. Even Pygame updated their website. Are they still, is liballegro still an active thing? Actively being developed? The website looks like Factorio. No, Factorio's website is nice. Do you mind if I try linksider dark mode? Yo, Davey, I think linksider should be dark mode. I was telling you, why are we constantly switching? Like in the gem version, I liked like the background more than the current one, mostly because the current one is like light mode. Maybe you can do. Maybe we can do a setting. If you can try both. Gem version is not dark mode. Well, it's darker. It's not white. Okay. Anyway, guys, what was I doing again? I was doing things. Please add an emote for eye bleed. Ding, 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 ding. I think there maybe should be like not that sound effect. Sometimes it feels like it should not be there, but sometimes I don't know what's the. Let's have a configuration option for this. Effect, press, sound effect, true or false. Let's have it at false. In the sound section. We just don't do anything. Is it supposed to bounce you from left to right? What exactly? The jumps side effect is supposed to make you jump from whatever side it's touching, unless it's a block that disables the side effect. When the button pressed the wall, it didn't jump. Because it's the disable... It's a different wall than the default wall. Basically. Dun, 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 dun. So now we don't have this sound effect. I don't know, like, I feel like it should be there. But it was a little bit too much at sometimes. Maybe it should just be a different sound effect. That's, like, quieter, maybe? I think it's, maybe a little bit too loud. The push, like the pop sound... The pop sound, I think, is, like, okay, but the push is, supposed to be, like, something different. I think. Do you cancel the rotation sound when playing bounce sound? What? No, why? It should not happen when rewinding, though. When rewinding, I should not be doing this, press sound effect. Let's change this. Sound. Set a rewind. Self-rewind. Can I get the volume? No, I can only set it. Alright. Self-rewinding. That's true. Rewinding the cell. Press 2. And press. Also, sometimes there are like multiple sides that are being pressed and pressed at the same time. I don't want the sound effect to be like multiplied and pressed and played like 3 times. It just makes it louder. So I want to like do this. Right? Over here, I'm actually playing the sounds, and I'm only doing this if self-rewinding. I'm not rewinding. It makes a sound when you move, but should not play 2 if jump. Well, you move first and then you jump. That's the different things. So it should play both, but not at the same time. Move happens, and the move sound effect happens when you move. After you move, you go on a jump, and the jump sound is different from a move sound. Those are different things. Yeah, you see, like, I move, and it's just a jump. I think when I go on left, I also hear the button popping, though. And that's the thing that might be, like, should not be there. Compared to when I'm, like, falling down like this. Then I hear only the jump, and over here, I hear something else. Move sound begins on the plane animation, yeah. You deployed a new fancy thing. Log in with Twitch. Ah! Customize. Hold on. What if I don't use 3D and then customize? It is still 3D. So 3D setting is a lie. Alright. Win 100 games. Equip. Isn't it currently equipped? You should say that it is currently equipped, you know? Donate to unlock. The button doesn't work. Oh wait, it does. Sorry, you have been blocked. Amazing. Alright. Sorry, I will not donate. Because I have been blocked. The animation does not play when rolling dice. Okay, can I commit what I have done today? Wait, where's the sound? Rewinding. I'm only setting it to true. I never set it to false. This scene is null. Imagine having nulls in a... Imagine having nulls. And then having runtime errors because of that. I don't hear the second jump sound effect. When I'm jumping on the wall. Why is no sound effect when I'm jumping the walls here? Did I break something? Or is it because Pigorli? Is Pigorli still true? Pigorli is false. Oh, maybe I disabled the sounds. That's right. I disabled some of the sounds so that I was like listening to the things. But why do I hear the sound of me jumping up then? Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on, what did I do here? No, I disabled the slide. For the slide, I want this. I disabled the magnet sound effect. I didn't disable the jump. Alright, so the jump is weird then. Move started. Because I'm continuing. I know why. Sound effect assets, combine moves. Combine moves. It's because I'm combining the moves of the thing. Maybe combine moves should be false by default. And I only should set it to true. For the slide. Because the slide is the only thing that I want to combine, right? Combine moves. True. Yeah, default. Just false. I see though the thing, and the thing is that the jump move is consisting of multiple moves though. So I want so jump. If state cells traveled is 1, else return, because I don't want to play the sound except for like the first step of the jump, right? That's the if that was there before already. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You see, sometimes I hear the extra sound effect of popping. That's because my side effect is actually like being pushed, and this new sound effect of me pushing the button and releasing it is combined. How should that work though? If yeah, like I want to disable the both the push and pop. In case I'm doing a jump. But the push can happen like because I'm going into, I don't know, it's weird. Maybe it's not a big deal yet. And we'll see. Let me see though. I did 14 changes. I think it's time for me to commit a little bit. So over here, I did change the shape. Change shape of a side effect collider. I improved the side effect collision detection. This is me remembering render API to get rest states side effects. Fading is still something that I didn't do. Press, unpress, side effect, sound effects. All right. There you go. There you go. I think I'm going to be done with it for today. We move into playing Factoria. All right, that's progress. Progress. All right. Are you proud of me, Davey? I'm doing progress. Are you doing progress, Davey? On linksider? You are? Nice. Can you make the level selection screen like we want to negative progress? The biggest thing right now is missing the level selection. If you are okay with keeping the current one, because I think we should keep the current one. Nerdsel thought that we should keep the current one, but it's not there. Option menu. I mean, yeah, sure, do the option menu. But the level selection screen is what's actually missing from like the game is not playable right now because the level selection, you cannot play all the levels there. I'll do some more audio development still. Later, you know. Because I think I want also the like another type of the sound effect when the button is pressed against the wall that activates the sound effect versus a disable wall. There is like also a visual effect that you never drew. So there is like some temporary art there, and also like it should have a sound effect, I think. Alright, I'm ready to practical MC here, but I will be playing the Factoria on the Kubi Boy in a bit. Until next time, bye.